Yep, we're rolling. All right, okay. So
Rolling.
we are rolling in
Just
the
want to say,
deep.
you're looking kind of slick with that white tee. I can see your pecs. You've been working out.
Trying to
You've
work out.
shaved yourself, looking all fresh and smooth and all
I
that. I
shaved
see.
just. I
I
shaved just
see.
today. That is literally
Is it?
seriously this stubble that you're seeing over here is
Uh,
my.
Stubble like Barney Rubble. Okay.
Oh my god, I haven't heard Barney Rubble in such a long time. Oh my gosh, what you been up to, man? How's things
Ah,
in London town?
London town is cold, Les
Mm.
Miserables,
Mm.
and it's Omicron,
I haven't seen
literally.
you wearing a hoodie in like seriously forever.
Yeah,
Because normally you're a half sleeve guy,
yeah,
like
exactly.
the
But
short sleeve guy.
il fait froid. Winter is coming, man. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
Es el frío,
Damn.
frío in Londres.
Frio, see, frio. Well, listen, look, guys, look, you know who else is coming? Deval and I, we're
Mm.
coming,
Yep.
and we'll be coming in your ears for the
Oh
next
my
like
god.
45, 50 minutes, if you let us. Um, so listen, stick around. Listen to episode 168. We have got a review of a new Amazon Prime movie that we want to
Hmm.
speak about. We're going to be speaking about a new cinema release
Yep.
called Lamb. It's just a crazy movie, which we're going to speak about. And then obviously, time permitting, we're
Not for
going
the
to throw
vegans out
in,
there. Not for the vegans out there, is it,
not,
lamb?
definitely not for the vegans out there. And
Sorry.
if time permitting, we're going to throw in a hidden gem.
Yeah.
And Deval, so before we do all of that stuff, where do we
Yeah.
stand on this prize?
The prize is still there. So we had a winner last week. They're gonna remain anonymous. They said they don't want to be known, but they've
No.
won the prize. They've got free Disney Plus until the end of April. If you want the same thing, all you got to do is write a review. Let us know you've written the review, and we will send you that code for free Disney Plus. You can watch
Do it.
Hawkeye. You can watch all the Marvel movies. You can watch all sorts. Walking Dead, whatever you want. That's all you got to do.
Seriously, you'd be mad. You'd be mad to
Yep.
miss this opportunity, right?
Hmm.
And then don't complain to us, like when it goes, and then you're asking for more prizes.
Mm,
Listen, look, let's get
yep.
into shout outs. So Deval, who are we shouting at this week?
Shout out. We've got Simstar. Simstar.
Simi.
Yep. Simi, she shouted us out on Instagram. I think it was in relation to Boxing Day, the movie that we spoke about last week. Really, really
Yep.
good rom com film. Even if not into rom coms, go and watch it. I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And she said she watched it too. Really liked it. So big shout out to the Simstar. I want to do another quick shout out to Zakharov, actually, because I finished watching Money Heist. Money Heist, Bella
Oh,
Ciao,
did you
Bella
watch it?
Ciao,
Yeah.
Ciao. I finished it. Really good show. It's ended on a high.
Good.
And I was talking to Zakharov, our very own Zakharov, and he was talking about, or we were speaking about having our own Money Heist names, because Money Heist, they all have their own names in relation to
Yes.
different cities as like a code name. You've got
Yeah.
Tokyo, you've got Nairobi, you've got Denver, you've got
Mm.
Rio, you've got Helsinki, you've got
Mm.
Berlin. I said to Zakharov, mine's going to be Kathmandu. I don't know about like Kathmandu. And his was Nova Scotia, Nova
Nova
Scotia, or
Scotia.
New Scotland. I think that's in Canada.
Yes.
Uh, so yeah, it's like, so what is tell us what your money heist name would be. What city in the world would you like to call
That's a
yourself?
great one.
There you go.
That
I'll
is a
put on
great one.
Instagram as well.
Seriously, yeah, we want to hear what your city,
Yep.
what you'd be. I'm just thinking about it right now. Oh my gosh, man. You know what we're trying to, you know who I want to be? I'm going
Yours
to be
be
Addis.
Sydney. I can
No,
scream.
I'm not. No, no, forget Australian. I'm going to be, you know what? I'm going to be Addis Ababa.
Hold on, that's in. Oh, hold on. I know it. I know it. I know it. Oh, damn. Where is it? I've heard of it. Where is it again?
I
Where is
got to
it?
double check. Addis.
It's
I
either in the
heard of it.
Middle East or it's in
Ethiopia. Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. That's it. Yes, I know. Yeah, in Middle East, East
Just
Africa.
want to
Yeah,
be Addis
yeah.
Ababa. It's just
Boy,
like,
mate,
what a name, man.
that's a
Come on,
double
seriously.
whammy, man. That's a good
Ababa.
name.
Just like
Hmm.
imagine, Ababa, get the guns. Um, Yeah, but listen, listeners, like, yeah, what city would you choose, man? Like,
Yeah.
seriously, that's a brilliant game. So yeah, thanks Zakharov, thanks Simi. Keep it locked with us. Obviously, keep listening, keep in touch with us.
Hmm.
And if there's any other stuff that you're watching, do let us know. And for everyone else, just hit us up on Instagram at at the Flixters.
Yeah.
Right, let's get into movie news now. Deval, this is so. I remember we
Hmm.
spoke about this because of the whole
Yep.
Spider-Man trailer thing.
Yeah.
And I know you haven't seen the second trailer, right? Is that still correct?
I haven't seen it. I'm staying away from it. I want it to be a surprise.
Okay, right. Surprise. But this next piece of news, it's not going to be a surprise because we're going
Oh,
to speak about it right now. So Kevin Feige, he's the obviously the guy who's running things at Marvel,
yeah.
for the MCU and everything. What did he? Come on, man. What did he just confirm?
Yeah, you confirmed something really big that a lot of
This is
people have
big,
been
man.
talking about for a few weeks now, and that is the official inclusion of
Yep.
Charlie Cox's Daredevil in the MCU. So he's literally, yeah, he's just that's it. He's just said it's going to happen. I'm not too sure when it's going to happen, how it's going
Yep.
to happen, but for him to say that now, people are thinking, okay, so it is going to happen in Spider-Man, perhaps, or it is going to happen in Doctor Strange or something that we're going to see soon, perhaps
Yeah.
Hawkeye. I mean, who knows? But to get that confirmation that his, Charlie Cox's iteration of the character is coming, that's really good because we also heard a few weeks ago in Hawkeye, we heard Vincent D'Onofrio's
Yes.
Kingpin, just the voice. So it looks like they're all getting linked together, which is it's exciting.
This is great. The only thing
Mm.
missing now is what are they going to do about Punisher? Because Punisher
Oh,
was a great
mate,
show.
yeah, that was a really, really good show. I liked. He's just a deep character, man. I
Yeah.
mean, he's almost not even ready for the MCU. Is not ready for him because this guy he shoots first and asks questions later. He
Exactly.
doesn't shoot you in the shoulder too. He'll blow your head off.
Exactly. He'll just put one in between your eyes. So listen, this is great news for us fans. Obviously, Charlie Cox, British actor, and he's done other. Well, I haven't seen him in anything since Daredevil. To be honest with you, I know he did like a heist movie with
Yeah,
like all the other old timers, like British actors and stuff.
yeah. Michael
Um,
Caine,
yeah, like
all
all those
them
guys. So
guys.
yeah,
Mm.
he's a good actor, and it'd be great to see him. The other thing that I want to mention that's been confirmed, Shang-Chi #2
Mm.
has been confirmed with new shows from director Daniel Cretton. So check this out. Um,
Daniel, what?
Dust, is it Daniel Cretton? Is that his name? Daniel Destin Cretton?
Okay, add the Destin, please.
Yes, because it just sounds Daniel Cretin. It
I
just
know.
sounds like so bad, doesn't it? Destin, if you're listening, you know what I mean. So check this out. He's the director of Shang-Chi, right? So he's been working with the MCU for a number of years.
Mm.
And apparently, not only is Shang-Chi #2 confirmed, but the
Mm-mm.
deal that he's got with the MCU includes Cretin developing new TV projects for both Disney Plus and Hulu via its new Onyx Collective brand.
Is it?
So
Okay.
this is what they had to say. Destin is an amazing collaborator who brought a unique perspective and skill to Shang-Chi.
Mm.
We had a fantastic time working together and we're thrilled to expand our relationship with him and can't wait to get started. So
Mm.
the way they ended Shang-Chi Deval, I mean, it was kind of a given that we're going to see Shang-Chi again, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was really well received by, box office critics, the whole lot. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time when we're going to see it. And I think the
Yeah,
next version of Shang-Chi is going to be even better because this version, I mean, all the ingredients are there, the characters, all the moves, the rings, bringing in Captain Marvel and Banner's looking into the rings, there's a lot going on there. So,
that was really good.
yeah, I think this one's cooking. This one's cooking.
Exactly. All right, keep it locked with us and we will give you more info on that one. Now, let's speak about The Boys. Deval, you and I, we've been waiting a long time for this. We spoke about this on movie news a while ago. We kind of like heard that, filming had kind of wrapped and, they were in post production. But tell us more about this, man.
Yeah, The Boys. Oh my gosh, The Boys is one of those shows that just people love because, we've had Marvel shows, we've had DC shows, we've had all kinds of superhero shows where you don't really, the comic book can't really be brought to screen because it's just too graphic. These
Yeah,
are graphic novels, remember? They're called graphic for a reason. And The Boys really depicts the full harshness
yeah.
of what happens in the comics. And from what we understand, they are now going to release another The Boys universe IP, which is called Diabolical. This is going to be a series. It's going to be on Amazon, and I think also Sony are also working alongside them as well.
Okay.
And so this is going to be, yeah, like I said, it's going to be a series, going to be released on Amazon 2022. and it's called Diabolical. Doesn't
Yeah.
one of the characters always say diabolical? Who is it?
Yeah. The main guy,
Carl
Keith
Urban's
Urban.
character. Yeah,
Carl
yeah,
Urban. Yeah.
yeah. He always says diabolical. So yeah, so this is I'm not
Diabolical.
exactly. I'm not actually sure what's going to happen with this show, but as long as you know it's the boys' creators, it's going to be
Yeah.
crazy. Good
It's going to be
crazy.
crazy, man. They're just like can't wait
Yeah.
to see what happens to the
Mm,
boys and what they're going to do next. But yeah, it's going to be crazy stuff. Um, I'm not sure if you heard about this, and listeners, maybe you've heard about this, but Colin Farrell, he's going to be playing the Penguin in the new Batman movie that's going to be
yeah.
coming out
Yeah.
really, really soon. And the trailer's out there, and it's looking great. It's looking good, dark, moody, and everything. But check this out. They're doing. I kind of feel like as if Warner Brothers and HBO, they're doing a Disney. They kind of bring in these other kind of peripheral characters.
Mm,
No, don't get me wrong. He's a big, Batman villain.
yeah.
So what they're doing is now they're gonna give Colin Farrell a TV show, his own show on HBO Max, and yeah, he's gonna be playing the Penguin. So what I'm assuming is as soon as the Batman is released in cinema and that kind of
Mm,
happens, and the fanfare and everything dies down, with that we're going to get to hear more about this new show. But there's there's going to be a Penguin show. Now he's appeared. Devout, did you ever catch this? It was, I think it came on Channel 5 years ago. This was like, I think Gotham. Was it called Gotham?
oh yeah, Gotham. Yeah, I never got into it. I saw 1 or 2 episodes, and
I
I just
saw the
didn't click
first
with it.
season. It just,
Yeah.
yeah, it just kind of didn't have that. But they had like this actor, him, like, playing Penguin on there, was kind of creepy and everything.
Mm,
But yeah, man, from what I've heard is Colin Farrell's take on the whole Penguin is supposed to be really good. She's unrecognizable, basically.
okay. Looking forward
When
to.
you see the
He's quite. He
trailer,
can be quite a diverse actor, from what he's especially his early days acting as well. He was quite diverse, and he's good with accents and really, I guess, method acting, taking on the role in its entirety. In this
yeah,
one, like you say, he looks nothing like Colin Farrell, who used to be quite a stud, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Don't know if he is now, but hmm,
Yeah. So this is interesting. So obviously, DC fans, keep an eye on that one. And just on that, Devout in the UK, has Titans
mm.
season 3 come out there yet?
It's on Netflix now. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
just
start
dropped
it
over
soon.
here as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it soon.
Me too, me too. So again, you can catch that on the whole kind of streaming thing over there. Right,
Yeah.
let's move on to streaming. And Devout, this is big news because I didn't even know that this was kind of
Uh,
like pretty
I
silent. I kind
I
of
had
flicked
no
through the
idea.
channels and it was
Mm.
there. This is Sex and the City.
I had no idea. And it's not even called that. It's called And Just Like That.
So
And
what? Just remind me again. Why is it called just like that?
because just like you said, it's like no one knew about it. It's almost like And Just Like That, we're here.
So
But
isn't it something that she used to say? Carrie Fisher? No,
yeah,
Carrie Fisher.
she did
No.
kind of say it in her blog. Sometimes she'll say, and just like that, I'm in a relationship, or and just like that, it's over, or something. So yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of stems from her her blogging days, well, her writing days, because then it was newspapers and magazines that she
newspapers,
was
right?
in. Now it's podcasts, and they have to get Ubers rather than hailing cabs. There was no Facebook when they were out. The Sex
Yeah,
and the City girls. So this one is modern. It's their lives are like 2021. There's three of them. Samantha's not involved because of that real life beef. She's not involved. They do address it in the show, so they don't just like carry the show on and no one mentions Samantha. It's quite a big thing, and they do talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I was a big Sex and the City fan from back in the
yeah,
day. I
yeah.
watched
We all
every
were.
episode like multiple times, and it was just funny. And this one, they're all older and they've got their families and kids. It's a different stage in their lives, and it's interesting to see how they've evolved as
Yeah,
people, as characters. Because back in the day, they were all kind of trying to find the one and
yep,
having their
yep,
Sex in the City, But now it's not really. That's why I think it's not called Sex in the City, because no one's having sex in this one.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's all about other stuff. But it's just good. It's on HBO Max. I think it's a mini series, so there's not a lot. I think there might be
Okay.
4 episodes altogether. I think something like that.
So what was the whole beef between why didn't Kim Cattrall, why didn't
Yeah,
she?
I don't fully know the details. It's things that how. I was going to say, you know how women can be, and I know I'm going to get shut down for that, but I've been around quite a lot, and I've seen
Yeah,
how things
yeah,
can be misunderstood and stuff, and
yeah.
chat and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, I don't know if it's just that, or if there's something deeper that it hasn't been released to the public, but there
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
to be
yeah.
some animosity there. Things have been
Damn.
said, dwelled upon, and there's real beef there, and whether it's just professional or personal, either way, she's not getting involved.
She's not getting involved.
Samantha's not getting involved, Caesar, and they actually
Damn.
say in the show, oh, she's in the UK, she's working or something like that, and I think she might be in the
Because she
UK
was in the
actually.
UK, wasn't she? She
Yeah,
really
there
was
you
in the
go.
UK, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she was actually born
Wow.
in Liverpool. She was born in, I think she was born in the UK, and then went to America. So
Wow.
yeah, it's an interesting show. Yeah, it's an interesting show. Look, all the sort of previous characters are back, and yeah, it's fun. It's funny.
There was one I remember. There's one episode where who's the one with the ginger hair? It was the one with the ginger hair
Miranda,
again.
yeah, Miranda,
Miranda. She's walking down the street and this guy he's dressed as a sandwich, and
yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
and he goes, "Eat me."
yeah,
I
yeah,
always
yeah,
found that she's like, "What? You?"
yeah.
It's like
And it takes
so
the whole
funny, man.
episode, and then she's like, it kind of plays in her mind, and she gets to a moment where she's like, okay, okay, and she sees his face, and then she's like, nah,
Is that
and then she
nah,
walks off.
nah.
Yeah. So I've seen the episode. I
Classic,
know exactly what you're talking about.
classic, classic episode. That was so funny. That one.
Oh, God.
All right, so folks, if you haven't seen Sex and the City, go back. I'm pretty sure you can catch all of those
Mm,
somewhere on streaming. But yeah,
yeah.
so this is the new one, and just like that, you
Mm,
can watch it. All right, let's do trailers. Devout
mm,
Book of Boba Fett. The Fett is
yeah.
going to be hitting the small screens on the 29th of December, and this
Soon.
trailer gives us a
Shit.
bit more. Um, so Tamura Morrison, he's a Kiwi actor actually, and
Yeah.
this guy has played that what? He's played that role since what? The Phantom Menace? No,
Yes. No, no, no. Since the Attack of the Clones, I think, isn't it?
sorry, Attack of the Clones. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's Attack of the Clones, but that character we see in A New Hope
Yeah.
from
Because he was actually the
back in the
dad.
day.
He was the dad of
That's
Boba
it.
Fett,
Yeah,
and there was a kid playing him, and now he's playing himself, actual Boba Fett.
yeah, yeah. Crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like Boba Fett story. Like I'm pretty sure we're going to find out exactly what happened after
Mm.
the thing in Star Wars: A New Hope, or can't remember which one it was, where he goes down that this kind of this creature thing. Remember, we think that he dies, but obviously he
Oh
didn't
yeah,
die.
that big worm, kind of
Yeah, that
Dune
worm
looking
thing.
thing.
Fennec Shand, who's like his what bodyguard? Is that right? Would you say that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's there. They're kicking ass. They're at the council, Jabba the Hutt's, like, seat and everything. He's like, I'm going to rule with like respect and everything. There's like
Mm.
fighting involved. It's going to be decent, man. I can't wait to watch it, actually.
It's going to be good. I've avoided the most recent trailer because I want
Oh, shit.
surprises.
Sorry.
No, no, it's cool. No, it's good, but I know it's looking good. And again, if you win the Disney Plus prize, that is yours to watch as well. So, guys, write that review and then win that prize.
Exactly. Go do it right now. And next up, Deval, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I'm not sure. Did we review this? Did we review this on the show? The first one?
I think we did. I think that I went to the cinema and saw the first one,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
actually wasn't too bad. It actually
It wasn't
wasn't
bad.
too bad, surprisingly. But yeah, this one is the sequel's coming out next year, April to 2022
Wow.
April. This has got Sonic played by Ben Schwartz. It's also got Tails. Didn't remember in the video in the computer game
In
you
the
had
games.
Sonic, you had
Yeah.
Tails. Obviously,
Tails.
Doctor Robotnik is played by Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Who else is in this one? Do you know one of the villains in this one actually, apart from Jim Carrey's Doctor Robotnik, the new villain is Knuckles. So
Oh, they're
Knuckles
gonna
is like a
rope in Knuckles.
yeah, Knuckles is a gangster version of Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you know
Yeah,
who's playing Knuckles? I didn't know until like 5 seconds ago, but Idris
Robert De
Elba.
Niro.
No, Idris Elba's
Idris
playing Knuckles.
Elba.
Yeah, man. He's playing Knuckles.
Damn.
He's voicing Knuckles. So yeah, this again I think will be quite a fun film.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Sonic the
fun.
Hedgehog is a video game from Sega back in the days in the 90s when
Yeah,
Sega and Nintendo had the video game wars. You had
the
Super
beef.
Mario, you had you Super Mario and Super Nintendo. Sonic the Hedgehog was the sort of kingpin of Sega, and they
Yeah,
battled, and that's history. Now it's PlayStation and Xbox.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and they're going to be doing a. I think we spoke about this before. They're going to be doing a, Super Mario Brothers movie or
oh
animation
my
or something.
gosh, oh
So
my
that's going to be
gosh,
happening because they're going to want a bit of slice of the pie as well. And you just
yeah.
mentioned Xbox, the other trailer, and I didn't get a chance to watch this, but this is Halo. So tell me about
Mm.
this.
I saw this. It's more of a teaser trailer.
Mm.
This one, when I first saw it, I thought it was actually going to be a trailer for a game, a new game coming out. But then I remembered we spoke about this a while ago. Peter
A
Jackson's
while.
involved, I think. Is it Peter Jackson? I want to say Peter Jackson's involved in
Yeah.
this, but uh, and yeah, or is it Spielberg? One of them anyway. But yeah, this is a live action Halo series, and this
Mm.
one is again. This is going to be out next year. I believe this one is this the one coming out on Amazon? I want to say Amazon. I
Sounds
want
like it could be an Amazon thing. Yeah.
I want to say Amazon, but yeah, Halo, a big sort of flagship game
Huge.
on Xbox, and big worlds and all that. They have that symbolic,
Yeah.
you know,
Master Chief.
exosuit type thing. Yeah, and the main star is going to be Pablo Schreiber. We've seen him in Orange is the New Black. We've seen him
Okay.
in Den of Thieves. We've seen him in 13 Hours of Benghazi.
Oh.
He's been in quite a few films, and yeah, so he's going to be the main star in this. And then we've got some other actors as well that are going to be obviously playing the part. But yeah, Bokeem Woodbine, our mate Bokeem,
Our mate Brigeen. Oh my gosh, man. I was watching
he's in it
something and
too.
I was watching something recently. He turned up in that one and it just made me laugh.
Yeah, he's like the younger Samuel L. just turning up in movies. I remember him first in Tupac's music video.
I ain't
I ain't
mad at
mad
you.
at you. Yeah, there you go. From years ago. That's when I first saw him,
I
and I'm
know.
still
Oh, that
seeing
was
him.
it. We watched Spider-Man again.
Yes,
Spider-Man Homecoming. He was in
he's
that.
in that. Yeah, he's in that.
Oh gosh, man.
But
Bokeen.
yeah, so this is coming out soon. So yeah, go check out the trailer for Halo. Should be good.
All right.
Series, not
Yeah,
film.
go check that one out. And
Yeah.
look, let's do anniversary corner. And we picked a movie that's kind of, connected to the movie that we're going to be speaking about afterwards. A Beautiful Mind, Russell
Mm,
Crowe, Gladiator. This movie was from 20 years ago. I've only seen this kind of like once, yeah, the one time I think I maybe caught it on TV. But Ron Howard, he's directed
mm.
flipping. He did a Star Wars movie, didn't he? Just recently.
Yeah, he done the Han Solo one, isn't it?
That's
Solo.
it. He did
Mm,
Han Solo. He's done loads of big movies and stuff. But this one is based on a book actually by Sylvia Nazar, and it's about this guy, kind of
yeah.
this genius mathematician called John Nash. He won
Okay.
the Nobel laureate prize, or
Mm,
he won like a huge like award in economics, and this movie is based on his mind basically, and the kind of
mm,
the theories that he came up with. And it's. I'm just trying to remember. I'm just doing this plot. This is set in the 1940s, by the way.
okay.
Totally missed that one.
So
And it just
has
kind
he
of
got some sort
folds.
of condition or something, or
Yeah,
is he
he's
like
got like autism.
okay.
Yeah, he's got autism, and it just kind of, you know,
Mm.
it's called A
This is some sort of
Beautiful Mind.
just to
Go
break
on.
some sort of like not something cryptocurrency, but some sort of cryptic code or something. It's like he's one of the only people that can sort of crack it or work out these maths codes and
Crazy
stuff, secret maths
next
codes.
level,
And yeah, and they
Omega
do say some
level.
people that are on the spectrum when it comes to autism and
Yes,
so on, they have minds that work in a different way to
see things
everyone
differently.
else, and they're able to do things at a higher level than everyone else, and that's why their mind works like that. But when it comes to like social and uh, sort of the more sort of regular interactions, then sometimes they may have a few struggles in that department. But when
Yeah.
it comes to specific high level stuff, they like experts. So
That
it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, really interesting movie. And there's a bit in the movie where he gets hired by the Pentagon
Mm,
to decipher like hidden messages, because
mm,
obviously this is like the Cold War era. So he
mm,
was hired to do find hidden messages in Soviet magazines. It's like he's trying to
Okay.
uncover little secrets and codes and things like that, because that was apparently that was one of the ways that the spies would communicate with each other. They would leave messages
Mm,
in ads, and he would like try to kind of crack those codes and stuff. Yeah, but it's crazy. A beautiful mind. So on one side, he's this kind of genius IQ, but on the other side, he's got kind of like issues, mental issues as well, and like
mm,
all this stuff going on behind. But yeah, man, if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out.
mm.
It's really decent. I want to say it's on Netflix, but I'm pretty sure you can catch it on Amazon or like
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and it'll be on TV soon. I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah. The question is, have you got a beautiful mind? Yeah? Is your mind beautiful? Just like your
No,
pecs.
I wish my pecs were beautiful, man. I wish they were. Let me stick
I
out my
see your
chest a
shirt
bit
is
more.
flapping. You know, that's
Yeah,
success. When your bottom part of the shirt is flapping, that's a good sign.
I'm
That
holding my stomach in, man. That's the reason why. And those pecs, they're not pecs, they're my nipples. Um, let's swiftly moving on. All right, Devout,
oh
let's do
my
these film reviews,
gosh.
man. Let's
Yeah,
speak
let's do it.
about this new Amazon movie that's
Yeah.
just came out on Friday. I think it was.
Mm,
So this is a movie called Encounter, and don't you think, right? Okay, look, let's start this off, right? Annoyingly, Amazon, they are promoting this movie as a sci-fi movie,
mm,
and
yeah,
you
yeah,
go into this movie and you're probably expecting like sci-fi, but you know what?
yeah,
I reckon they mislabeled it as a sci-fi.
yeah. And I wonder if that's to get a certain audience or to get
Yes.
people. Because actually, I jumped on it because of that. Because I like
Mm.
sci-fi, so I jumped on it thinking, oh, sci-fi kind of thing,
Yeah.
And I still wasn't disappointed, but I
No.
agree with you. I wouldn't really label this as a sci-fi, but at the same time, maybe they labeled it that way because that's his perspective of things.
Mm.
The main actor, we'll talk about this, but the main actor is thinking a certain way,
Yeah.
and the way he is thinking, the way he's leading the audience, it's a sci-fi situation.
Yeah. 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 Totally. Yeah.
Kind
Totally
of is.
agree.
I kind of get it. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of confusing, is it? But I kind
It
of
it
get it in
is.
a way.
They kind of, and some of the reviews that I kind of like read were like, oh
Mm.
man, we got so pissed off because we thought it was going to be a sci-fi movie. But listen,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
doesn't detract from the type of
Mm-mm,
movie, what
mm-mm,
movie is.
mm-mm,
But it
mm-mm.
stars Riz Ahmed and British actor Riz Ahmed. He's a local boy. Stanmore, I think it was. Is it Stanmore? Is it Brent or something?
Harrow, I think he's from Harrow.
Harrow.
Yeah, yeah.
And this
Northwest
guy,
London.
Northwest London. And the last movie that I saw of his was Sound of Metal, which I thought was
Yep,
really
yep,
good.
yep, yep.
Again, another Amazon movie. And you know what? He's doing some really interesting, great
Mm.
stuff. There was that HBO thing that he did the night of, which was really
Yep,
good.
that's good. Yep.
Four Lions, which is like really good as well. And he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's
Mm.
really multi-talented type of thing. And obviously, he was in Venom
Yep.
not too long ago. But he plays Malik. He plays a war veteran. He's had like 10 tours of duty
That's a
and
lot, That's a
a
lot.
lot. And he's going through some issues. That's clearly kind of like, we could see that. But here's the thing. He actually, I don't know. Should we spoil this bit? Do we spoil, like, because that kind of,
Mm,
I feel like as if we might be like, setting it up so that,
Maybe not give it away too much, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
But
It's hard to
yeah,
really.
he's on a mission.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
on a
leave it at
mission.
that.
Yeah.
He's on a mission, and there's a lot of meat. He sees a lots of meteorites, and he's got this map, which is like, okay, he's got to get to a base, and he's got to find this base because something has landed on planet Earth,
Mm,
and it's infecting people.
mm, yeah.
And the one way that he can save himself, or he can save other people, is if he sprays himself with this bug spray.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
When it
so
infects
he's,
people, it's kind of like a invasion of the body snatchers kind of
yeah,
situation
yeah,
where, and also the thing, because you don't know who to trust, but
no,
everyone looks the same, but he thinks they're infected, and it's like he's looking at people thinking, shit, is this person an alien or are they human? And it's
mm,
really hard to trust. So
yeah,
if you put yourself in his mind, ooh, it's a tough world out there.
exactly. So he's seeing things, but maybe they are real or maybe they're not
Mm,
real and they're just in his head. But remember, this is a war veteran. He spent
mm,
time in prison. He suffered from PTSD.
mm-hmm.
And according to him, you know what, he needs to save his kids, so
Yeah.
he's separated from his wife, and he sneaks into his ex-wife's house. He takes the kids and tells them that they're going to be going on a road trip, and that road
Mm,
trip leads them on this massive journey, right the way across America, and he's trying to get to this base. And the movie is less sci-fi but more of a kind of like a character driven story about
mm,
mental health and about issues and about
yeah.
the things that the psychological issues that people go through. And I thought I wasn't, when I realized that it wasn't that movie and it's this movie, I thought
Mm,
I wasn't gonna like it. But you know what? I thought it was his acting was really good. It's what
yeah.
held everything together.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
Mm. And even the kids as well. The kids done
Oh
really well
man.
with their acting because
Yeah.
he acts a certain way, and the kids kind of bounce off it. And
Mm,
just like you were saying, it's like the film opens out as a even the first images of the film. It starts
yeah.
off in space, and you kind of see this thing land on Earth. So already they're putting the seeds into your mind that this is a space film, and then they're showing us that yes, this is an invasion of some sort of some sort,
Yeah.
and we need to look out. And we're taken on that journey, and then he picks it up and he continues that momentum. You start seeing things like the bugs, and
Oh
even
yeah.
you see regular people getting bitten by bugs, and you think, oh shit, they've been bitten. They're one of them. So
Yeah.
it kind of the director makes you look a certain way. They show you a certain way, and that's all you see. And as you were saying, that the journey of him taking his kids across America, and he sees people on the way who he thinks, oh my gosh, they're infected too, and he
Yeah.
tells the children, "I'll be careful, they're all infected." And then bit by bit, it's kind of like you see things that you think, hold on, are they really infected?
Yeah.
And you start to doubt certain things, and you find out a bit more about his history, and then the kids themselves, they think,
They
huh?
start realizing.
Yeah, they start to doubt, and there's lots of doubt, but his
Mm,
actions are really, really assured. He thinks 100% this is the situation, and he's willing to do whatever it takes,
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And it's just you start to think of shit. So situations you hear on the news where a parent takes their kid on some sort of like with a gun, and there's like all the situation with police, and you think, oh, the person's just mad. But when
yeah,
you look at this journey, when you start the journey with this person, you think to yourself, damn, like mental health is real.
yeah,
Like
huge.
it's a real thing. It's like you only see the outcome on the news, but with this, you see the whole journey of what they really believe. And
Mm,
lots of people need help out there. But this film was well put together. Well put
really
together.
good. The cinematography, man, was
Yeah,
brilliant. The landscape,
definitely.
you know, whilst I was watching this movie, I just kind of realized that like America, United States is like a beautiful country. Like
Vast, isn't it?
the
Yeah.
the the vistas, like the
Oof,
mountain
the
range.
vistas.
And man, I was just like, damn, you just totally forget, because obviously when we watch a lot of movies, we just see like kind of like buildings and like city life and everything. But when you go outside of all that, man, the way they film this, you see the kind of nature and
Mm,
so that was amazing. Seeing all that, the way it's actually been photographed, the movie is brilliant. Like I said before,
yeah,
Riz Ahmed's acting was really good. The kids in the movie were really good. Um, one of his kids, he's goofy in a really cute way. The
yeah,
younger of the two, it
yeah.
just made me laugh so much seeing that kid. And yeah, man, I was surprised. I reckon, I mean, Riz Ahmed, he's a Oscar nominated actor and everything.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? I think it was a role that easily could have been played by
Mm,
a like a a white person, but
mm,
I think when like they've offered it to him
mm.
and he's kind of made it his own.
Yeah, yeah.
And there isn't even a question of like, oh my gosh, like is he believable in this character,
Mm,
and
mm, mm,
he's a
mm.
war veteran. Nah, you believe him.
Yeah. He even looks very stocky. Like he looks
Yeah.
in good shape. Like you kind of think to yourself, this guy, he's got some sort
Has
of
he like been
background.
working out or something? Because
Yeah.
in Venom he wasn't big, was he? No, he
Nah.
wasn't that big, was he?
No, 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 no. Or maybe he was, but we just didn't see it because he was wearing a suit a
Yeah,
lot of the
it's
time.
like a CGI as well. Yeah,
Exactly, but yeah, no, it's a good point you make actually. You hardly see I don't really see American films with Asian actors a lot,
Nah,
like a whole Asian cast as well. You don't really see it, so I
nah,
was kind
not
of
at all.
like it was a good surprise to see it, and they sort of led the movie well. And like you say, yeah, it just shows the diversity that we have in America and good actors as well from all walks of life. So yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
film. Really, it's on Amazon. Really recommend going to watch this
go
one.
go watch it.
I really
Like
recommend it
seriously.
for sure.
Um, yeah, so that's called Encounter. Go check it out on Amazon. And the next movie that I want to speak about, I'm gonna try and keep this as spoiler free as possible because I know Devar he hasn't kind of watched this just yet. But this movie is an Icelandic movie. It's called Lamb,
Mm.
and Devout. This is an A24 movie. So
Say no more. Say no more.
I
Say
mean, like
A24.
seriously,
Say no more.
A24 have been behind, like, for example, movies like Hereditary,
Mm.
Midsommar, The Lighthouse, The
M-
Witch,
Moonlight.
um, Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Like, they've been behind some really, really quirky, independent, and great
Mm.
movies. And this is just another movie. Now, this film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and I think it won kind of like an award over there. It stars Noomi Rapace, and she
Mm.
plays a character called Maria. And Maria, she lives with her husband Ingvar. They are farmers on a
Mm.
remote farm in Iceland. And when I mean remote, I mean like seriously, there's absolutely nothing. There is literally just the farm. There's these
Mm.
two, the cold, the mountains, and sheep. All right,
Oh my
sheep.
gosh.
This is important. So they're on this farm, and the beginning of the movie has this kind of supernatural kind of I'm just trying to
Mm.
think. The Legend of the Goat Man, the Legend of the Goat Man. You know
Yeah.
that film. Well, this is right up your alley.
No.
I'm not even
Is
joking,
it? Oh my gosh.
because the literally the first few minutes, all you hear is,
Oh my gosh.
and then
Oh.
you've got this kind of like remoteness, this kind of really loneliness. This married couple, they're dealing with a tragedy that
Mm.
happened in their life, and you know, it was sheep. I didn't realize this, but they actually freak me out now. Watching this movie, you see the sheep's faces on this
Mm.
in this film. They're so disturbed about what they're looking at and what they see. It's just seriously uncanny. Um,
Mm.
in the first, like, 5-10 minutes, you see Numi Rapace. She's helping the sheep. One of the sheep gives birth,
Mm.
and you see, like, two little baby lambs come out, and then a day later they're doing something else on the land, and then um, there's another birth, like another baby lamb.
Mm.
But this third birth, there's something very, very odd and eerie
Mm.
about
Mm.
this
Mm. Mm.
lamb.
Mm.
Right,
Mm.
that's all
Mm.
I'm going
Mm.
to say.
Mm. 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 Mm.
They
Mm.
then look after this lamb, they care for this lamb, and it then turns out to be something that you basically didn't expect was going to be. All right, so I'm going to
Mm.
leave it at
Mm.
that.
Mm.
And
Mm. Mm.
then
Mm. Mm.
the movie is about them looking after the lamb, and about
Mm.
dealing with the kind of the loss that they've had in their life. And it's creepy, it's kind of like eerie, it's you know you know living in a lonely place, in a remote place, what that does to your mind. Imagine that.
Mm. Mm.
And if you have to deal with tragedy, you have to deal with something disturbing that happened in your past, how does all that stuff play on your mind? Now, confusingly, I kind of read some reviews, and all the reviews have been really good about this movie. A lot of people are calling it a comedy. It's not
Yeah.
a comedy. It is
Oh.
not
Okay.
a
Okay.
comedy. I didn't laugh. Well, okay, I
Oh.
lied. There was one moment which I found funny, but
Mm.
it's not a comedy. So make of
Okay.
that what you will. Um, but yeah, so
Mm.
I can't say anything more than that. It is a madness of a movie. It's
Oh my
A24.
gosh. Say
Noomi
no more.
Rapace, she's brilliant in it. It's got subtitles, but I mean, don't let that put you off. And we spoke about Encounter being this kind of like beautifully made movie. This
Yeah.
movie just as beautiful. You're in the outside, the wilderness, in
Mm.
the cold and everything. Yeah, it's definitely a movie that needs to be watched. Now, it's just been released on cinema like very really recently over here, but I
Okay.
don't know in the UK. A24 movies, I think they have kind of like a 1 or 2 month delay, and then they get released digitally.
Mm, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm looking forward to
So
that one.
you
You
might
know, I
even be able
really.
to, our listeners might even be able to, like, catch it on like, like Google Play or something like that, if they've, or
Yeah,
even like
probably. Or
Rakuten or something.
Rakuten. Yeah,
Rakuten.
Rakuten. Yeah, I think they might have it as well, actually.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it. It's on my list. I just haven't got round to it. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely. Well, Noomi Rapace is a good actress.
she's really
She
good.
is a good actress. What Happened to
Yeah.
Mondays? We've seen
Oh
her in
yeah.
Prometheus. We've seen her in quite a few films. She's really just like on a level. She's just on
Yeah.
another level, really. So yeah, thanks for that. I'll
Decent
give that
movie.
one a
Go check
watch.
that one out, folks.
Mm.
If you can catch it,
Lamb.
trust me, watch it. It's called Lamb.
I'll bring my potatoes and broccoli and the carrots with that lamb.
Trust me, you're gonna think
Mm.
about Lamb in a different way after you've seen this movie,
Ooh.
man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right, Deval, let's do this hidden gem.
Yeah, we see this hidden gem. So yeah, this one's called American Skin.
Mm,
American Skin. So I actually came across this film first via a clip that was just on social media. In the clip, there was in a police station. There were police officers that were handcuffed and tied up, and there were also prisoners in the room that were also handcuffed and tied up. And the person that was in control of this situation was like a protester almost, and they were asking the police officers questions about how they police, and are they like racist or are they prejudiced and stuff like that. And the
mm,
conversation in the room between the police officers, the prisoners, and the protesters was really, really deep. And some of the police officers were saying what they do, they need to do it because people just, fit stereotypes, and most of the times, they're right and stuff like that. They pull over certain people and stuff like that. You go to a certain area, they say, yeah, we go to a certain area, and 9 out of 10 times pull someone over, they're gonna have weed in their car or something. And it just brought up a really deep conversation about America, and
yeah,
the injustices, however you see them, whether they're injustices to you or not. Color, race, class, all of that stuff in America. And yeah, it was a deep conversation. So yeah, I went ahead and found this film. I think I got it on Rakuten as well, actually. It's directed by Nate Parker, who's actually also the star of this film as well. Nate Parker is a controversial character,
yeah,
controversial person, I should say. He also directed The Birth of the Nation,
yeah,
which came out in 2016. But there's been much said about him behind the camera, behind in his personal life as well. But yeah, he wrote and directed this one, and it's basically about him, who's a father. Him and his son are driving down the road in this area. They're not even speeding, but they get pulled over, and the I think the car doesn't have, or the paper. See, they ask for license and registration, please. They
yeah,
asked for that, and his registration, the paperwork wasn't up to date. But the car was actually registered, but the paperwork was out of date. So the
yeah,
police officer said, "Get out of the car." The son was recording on his phone, and the other police officer that was there said, "Stop recording, stop recording." And he's like, "Oh, it's just a phone, just a phone." He said, "Get out of the car, get out of the car." The son wasn't getting out of the car. It turned into a bit of a scuffle. The son got shot and killed, basically.
oh
So
shit,
then that starts off a whole series of events where the dad is just like, he's not having it anymore.
yeah,
Lots of people in the community have had enough of people getting shot by police. And then all I'm going to say is the father takes things into his own hands. And that
mm,
conversation I said at the start about that situation where the cops, the prisoners were in handcuffs. Imagine that. Picture that in your mind. You're at the police station.
oh
The
right,
cops are
yeah,
sitting down. The prisoners are sitting down in the same room, handcuffed. And the protesters are the ones that are in control. That's all
yeah,
I'm going to say. But this film was deep. It's a deep film about the conversations they have. It is actually really enlightening.
yeah,
It's a deep conversation, and sometimes there's no right and wrong answer, but the situation is real. This shit happens.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, the acting is good. It's actually made in like a almost like a found footage way, because
oh,
he
okay,
gets students to document the situation. They don't realize what's going on, but they document a situation that turns real
ugly,
real quick.
yeah,
And he says to them, carry on recording, that's why you're here. keep recording. So they have to keep recording. So it's kind of made like a camcorder style. It's not really
Yeah,
polished movie style. But yeah, it's a good film. It's a good film,
sounds
bit of a
decent,
hidden gem.
man.
Not something you'll hear about. You won't see it in the cinema, but it does. It does talk about life in America and what people have got to face. So I thought it was
Yeah,
an interesting one to put on there. Watch it and let us know what you think. Honestly, it's
yeah,
one of those films that really make you think about situations, especially in America. I know in England and other countries not the same, but in America there's a lot going on there, man. This was made in 2019, obviously before the events of George Floyd that we saw so visually across the world.
yeah,
But events happen like this all the time. They're just not recorded. But yeah, have a watch. Let us know what you think. American
yeah.
Skin, 2019. Go
It
ahead.
sounds really good. And like, I was just kind of like flicking through the whole thing, and
Mm.
so this could, yeah, like you said about the controversies and stuff, but he hasn't done anything recently though, has he?
No, not that.
2019 it wasn't that long ago, but like,
Yeah,
do you know if he's like, this guy's been going to do anything else, or has he been like basically cancelled or what? Or
I think he might have been cancelled because there was some stuff that came out about him that I'm not even fully aware of the full
right.
details, but the stuff wasn't good. And since then I've not really seen anything come out of him really. So maybe he's
Mm,
taken some sort of hiatus or waiting for things to cool down. I'm not sure. Maybe he's working behind the scenes under a pseudonym. I don't know, but yeah, this film's worth a watch. That's all I can say.
wow. Go check
Mm,
it out, folks.
defo.
Yeah, so American Skin, and
Mm,
remember, if if you need to find out where to get it from, we can obviously point you in the right direction. Get in touch with
yeah,
us on the Flixters.
yeah,
Um, so I think, Deval,
yeah,
that is it. Really,
yeah.
we've run out of time. We've
That's
kind of
true.
given you as much as we can.
Yep. So this next week we got the big one, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think Emmanuel hopefully should be on the show to help us
Brilliant, brilliant.
unpick that. But yeah, we're going to go into that one. So make sure you've seen it before we review it, so you can get involved as
Exactly.
well. But I'm looking
Get
forward to
involved.
Spider-Man. That's going to be a
Get
good film.
involved, and we're going to ramp up that one.
Yep.
And you know what might be a good thing? I know Netflix, they've kind of released a lot of
Mm.
Christmas movies, and I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know if they're any good or not. Maybe we should try and watch a couple just to see how good or bad they are, and like try
Yeah.
and review them or something.
Okay, I'm up for that.
After
I'm up for
obviously
that.
the whole Spider-Man stuff,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because this is going to be
Yeah. We
Spider-Man's
need
going to,
time for
like,
this
we're
one.
going to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into
yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks
All
for
right.
that. That's been an
Cool.
amazing, brilliant episode, and thank you for listening out there. Remember, get in touch with us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. Check out our channel on YouTube. Watch us,
Mm,
watch our
mm.
faces, and let us know what you think. So yeah, that's it from me.
All right. Peace out.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Just pop in the Flixters podcast.